we say that 5G has become very important. Now everyone has heard more and more about 5G from various channels. In fact, our current 5G has risen to the level of national strategy, right? But why do we say that? Because we see the trend of the entire economic development. We know that the internet, or what we call the digital economy, it is occupying an increasingly significant proportion in the national economy. So relying on new mobile communication technology, it can promote the rapid development of the entire digital economy, especially in promoting some of our traditional industries to carry out some of this digital transformation. We can see that in China, for example, our overall strategic planning is to actively deploy large-scale experiments. We know that at present, the 5G large-scale experiment group of our three major domestic operators has become quite large, and we have already started the 5G numbering in November. We did some large-scale field tests in 2018. Then in 2019, we have already pre-commercialized. We started numbering in November. Of course, in the United States and Canada, they are also actively taking some actions to seize the initiative. Of course, the United States and Canada are a bit special. Their business needs will mainly focus on initial business needs, will focus on this kind of FWA, we call it fixed wireless access, or it's called OTTX. So they are currently mainly using a millimeter wave high frequency resource through millimeter wave high frequency resources to provide some. Currently, there are no fiber to the home families to provide this kind of wireless home broadband access. They also did some pre-commercialization in 2018. Actually, in 2019, Verizon in the United States, it commercialized its 5G network in April. The other is Japan and South Korea. Japan and South Korea have always been at the forefront of communication development, especially South Korea, taking advantage of the opportunity of the Winter Olympics, has already done some business roadshows based on 5G, of course. It was based on a non-3GPP standard at the time, we will introduce later. It is a micro 5G standard, but later in 20, for example, KT in South Korea, SKT in South Korea, including LG U+ in South Korea, they all commercialized the standardized 3GPP 5G network in 2019. Finally, it's Europe, the development of Europe. The development of 5G may not be so aggressive, relatively conservative. Their strategy is to accelerate experiments, refuse to lag behind. For example, the UK has also established a 5G innovation center. In 2018, some field tests were also carried out simultaneously. Some pre-commercialization was also done in 2019. In fact, we look at the major developed countries in the world, and some developing countries are all actively promoting the rapid development of 5G because 5G will indeed have a very wide impact. It will coordinate the rapid development of our digital economy. This is why 5G is becoming more and more important. It has risen to become a national strategy. Similarly, the rapid development of 5G will also drive a wide range of investments and then to a certain extent promote the rapid development of our economy. This is why we need 5G from the national strategic level. Here we briefly understand what is 5G, why do we need 5G? Of course, why we need 5G, there will be many reasons. The national strategic level is one, another is the demand for our business development. For example, we have a thinking question here. Then below we have listed 6 different businesses. These 6 different businesses we can compare which ones can be supported by the current 4G network. Which ones our current 4G network cannot support. Everyone is welcome in our comment area to write and give your answer. See which of these 6 businesses are currently unsupported by 4G. Okay, this is a small thinking question we just left for everyone. In fact, through the thinking question just now, we also want to tell everyone the driving force of our 5G. It is not only from the national level, there is also that we will have some new business needs to trigger it. For example, we just mentioned in the thinking question this kind of high definition, this kind of VR service with a speed exceeding 1.4 Gbps. In fact, this is something our current 4G network cannot support. In fact, it will also promote or drive the development of our new generation of mobile communication infrastructure. In fact, this is also a challenge for us. Actually, through the several businesses just now, we have a better understanding of why we need 5G. That's all for our introduction to 5G. The services that our current 4G cannot support are actually what 5G is meant to solve. Actually, it's a challenge in the 5G era. Through our several services just now, we can actually summarize these challenges. The first one is the ultra high speed. Actually, when everyone is experiencing 4G now, you may feel that the speed is quite good. Watching videos and scrolling through TikTok are not a problem. but maybe when you want to have a higher service experience or a better service experience, there might still be a bit of a gap. So the demand for higher speed is always there. Another one is the larger number of connections actually, while everyone is enjoying the convenience of the sharing economy. For example, we have shared bicycles, even shared electric bikes, including some shared cars. We will find that more and more things are connected to the network, including the water meters we see at home now, gas meters, electric meters, and other meters. They will also be connected to the network through wired or wireless methods. So the future network needs a larger connection capacity, because what we connect is not just people but also things. So a larger connection capacity will also be a challenge for our next generation mobile communication system, or we say it's a challenge for the 5G communication system. The last point is the latency. Actually, many of us have heard a phrase, right? 4G changes life, 5G changes society. If 5G is to change society, it needs to change traditional industries more by changing these vertical industries to enable digital transformation, to promote the development of the digital economy. But for these traditional vertical industries, they will have some special needs, such as the need for ultra-low latency. For example, we want to do some industrial automation control, do some vehicle networking, their requirements for latency are very high. So when 5G enables vertical industries in the future or quickly enters the vertical industry, they will have higher requirements for latency. So ultra-low latency will also be a challenge in the 5G era. We can see this from some new businesses or new demands. Summarize the 5G era. We will face these challenges: higher speed, larger number of connections, and lower latency.